I also asked Senator Baucus how he was preparing for the 2014 elections. One challenger, Republican Corey Stapleton, has already declared he's going to run for the seat. Baucus told me Montana has always had a great system, and he's confident Montanans will elect the right person for the job. Now, these jobs pay well for Montana, $15 an hour with vacation and the opportunity to enroll in health benefits in the future. Nowacki tells me the positions will be posted by February 4th to the 10th. If you're interested in applying, just go to our website, NBCMontana.com, and there you'll find the link to career applications. Live in the Bozeman newsroom tonight, I'm Eric Tucio, NBC Montana. Dr. Erb says some of these ways to modify your lifestyle is to exercise more, eat healthier, and cut back on smoking if you're a smoker. He also says that when your body is giving off these pains in your head, neck, and shoulders, to take them seriously. According to court documents, police found paw prints in the snow that led them to the defendant's home right here on Rocky Mountain Road in Belgrade. They say when they found the dog, he was in a small workshop where it was only 20 degrees. The dog was caged and had no water. Palmer did tell me one of her goals is to have health insurance provided to employees at 14 North within the next 6 months. Now, Knife River says that there will be traffic delays throughout Amsterdam Road, so if you absolutely have to travel through the construction, it's probably best to head out earlier than usual to get to your destination. For now, live in the Bozeman newsroom tonight, I'm Eric Tucio, NBC Montana. Now, the Andrews told me their son Neil is expected home on Wednesday. They say they will rest better tonight knowing their son is safe, but are anxiously awaiting to return home to Bozeman. His mom, Kay, did tell me that she's looking forward to giving him a big hug when he gets back home. For now, reporting live in the Bozeman newsroom tonight, I'm Eric Tucio, NBC Montana. I spoke with one renter who lives in this home behind me that's scheduled to be demolished. He told me he got this letter in the mail, a notice of termination, telling him he'd have to leave the house by June 30th.
I don't like it. This house is over 100 years old, and I mean, I'm being forced to move, and we haven't done anything wrong to be kicked out.
I went around the neighborhood talking to residents after a few hours of knocking on doors and found Elijah Mann. He told me he rents a home on the block and said he had no idea this project was in the works and now has no idea where he'll live.
We have 3 weeks to be able to find a place, and hopefully we can.
I stood right where the 3 houses are that will be demolished if the Bozeman City Commissioners greenlight the M Block project at Monday night's City Commission meeting.
Really believe this is a solid project for the city. We think that it will add tremendous value to the downtown. Property owners Kenyon Noble Lumber Company and Block M LLC want to level the block to build townhouses. That would provide more housing in the downtown area. I sat down with Bozeman's Economic Development Director, Britt Fontenot, who told me the city supports the plan. For good business to occur and quality of life levels to be raised and add to our tax base and kind of really create a self-sustaining, to some degree, self-sustaining local economy. He explained to me that city officials want a project that will drive more visitors and residents into the area. In Bozeman, I'm Eric Tucio, NBC Montana. From Boston to Bozeman, people are breathing a sigh of relief tonight that it's over. My friend Becky Higgins lives just over a half a mile away from the place where the second bombing suspect was taken into custody. I talked to her after his arrest Friday night.
After they lifted the stay-at-home ban, I was actually sitting by the window getting ready to go outside because I was just dying to get out. And I heard several rounds fired and a few explosions, and I just immediately closed the window and was like, well, here we go again. And right after that happened, the news popped up again saying that, you know, they had him they thought they had him cornered at a house on Franklin Street.
Bozeman, people glued to their televisions and relieved the second bomber was caught, but telling me now they want to know why.
More questions answered to why or who or, you know, how this could have happened. You know, I'm glad that they captured the guy alive so we can hopefully find these things out.
They caught him alive so they can figure out what happened, why it happened, and if there was anything else involved with it.
Across the divide in Missoula, our sister station talked to folks as well.
Crazy that it's somebody who's a year younger than me. So, yeah, that's just absolutely insane. And in our own country.
I am actually glad that justice has prevailed and they caught him. I mean, they've done wrong.
Well, I'm very proud of the safety personnel and the officers that helped in the efforts of keeping the citizens safe in Boston.
Back here in Bozeman, people say they're proud of the hard work of investigators and first responders and voiced their support for the city of Boston. One resident says police were lucky.
That was good luck. That was good fortune, I think, that they happened to spot him.
Mm-hmm. One man told me his sister is actually a nurse at the Beth Israel Deaconess near the scene where one suspect was killed Friday morning. He says Boston has proven itself strong and will stay that way.
You can't let the bad guys win. And I mean, at the end of the day, you have to be able to defend yourself and defend your family and do the right thing.
Back in Watertown tonight, my friend Becky told me she could hear people cheering from her windows nearly a mile away from the arrest site. She told me residents ran out of their homes to celebrate in the streets. She says her town will sleep better tonight knowing the second suspect is in the hands of the justice system. For now, reporting live in the Bozeman newsroom tonight, I'm Eric Tucio, NBC Montana. Can only describe the mood as tense. Some locals accuse firefighters of abandoning the community over petty disagreements, while firefighters insist they've been operating in a hostile work environment and this was the last resort. At a property owners meeting Tuesday, local Kathy Anderson told me she's sad to see Bridger Canyon firefighters resign. She says the Board of Trustees has tried to work hard with them.
Try to get everybody happy and have them understand what the board's been trying to do. And they don't seem willing to mediate and settle it. And unfortunately, last night they decided to quit.
Bridger Canyon firefighters told me their relationship with the Board of Trustees has been disintegrated, saying they're unfair and not easy to deal with.
Verbal abuse, there's been put downs.
Don Daniels is the assistant chief until tomorrow night. When he'll turn in his pager, he told me the Board of Trustees has lied to firefighters and verbally harassed them.
We've seen firefighters who are brave enough and courageous enough to stand up and speak for what they believe in, and they've been harassed at the meeting. They've been told to be quiet.
Newly elected trustee Dennis Gensel is now the temporary acting fire chief. In an open letter, the firefighters say they respect him and appreciate his efforts to problem solve.
Came into, you might say, a hornet's nest of activity and animosity both between the board and some of the firefighters. So to pinpoint a certain issue, no, I can't. I can't say I'm aware of it.
I asked property owners if they're worried about longer emergency response times, and they told me they're confident they'll find more firefighters to help out. I did try to talk with several other board members tonight, but they did decline to speak with me. Reporting live in the Bozeman newsroom tonight, I'm Eric Tucio, NBC Montana. Dennis Steinauer owns Archer Construction. Steinauer told me his business tanked back in 2008 when the housing market crashed. Now he's back to building and busy, putting up homes for clients wanting more activity around them.
Our buyer is generally someone that wants downtown for the walkability. It's more of a lifestyle decision for them.
Steinauer is working on an infill project, excavating land where he'll build 2 small homes for clients on the property. It's just a few blocks away from Main Street.
But locally, there seems to be a strong market for people that want a smaller home that's easier to maintain, leaving more time for recreating. And
just a few miles up the road, other 2-story homes were all framed up. I spoke to another builder, Matt Madden, who built this home behind me. He tells me that construction in Bozeman has taken off in the past month.
This year went from about 0 to 60 in 1 month.
Madden told me the biggest issue right now is finding employees to work now that the housing industry is back up and running.
I've been trying to hire. I've got an ad on Craigslist right now. Interviewed a few people, offered a job to one person. There's a lot of competition out there.
Contractors say a similar issue they've encountered was getting their lumber delivered on time. Reporting in Bozeman, I'm Eric Tucio, NBC Montana. Summit Air Ambulance is the medical helicopter serving the Gallatin County. When search and rescue needs a spotter from above, they call Summit.
We can transport rapidly the most critically injured patients and the patients who are medically unstable.
Summit played an instrumental role this past weekend, guiding searchers on the ground to 2 skiers that were missing outside of Bridger Bowl.
When a first responder requests us, we ask for some very specific criteria, and one of that is GPS points.
That's because many times they're headed over remote Montana wilderness or into higher elevations where mountains terrain and weather can make for rough conditions.
Weather can be a significant factor and is definitely a factor this time of year. It's something we look at very closely.
I flew with them over the area outside of Bridger Bowl where the 2 skiers were missing on Saturday. I could feel the wind shaking the helicopter as we passed over the area. Summit Air ambulance officials tell me that this helicopter can respond to a call in just 7 minutes. From there, they can take a patient to any local hospital. Bill Norton is the chief nurse on board the chopper. Back on the ground, he showed me some of the medical equipment they carry on board. He tells me they're equipped and staffed to stabilize almost any patient.
So it's either the heart monitor defibrillator, we have a ventilator, and we have medications in this bag as well that can pretty much take care of most anything we encounter.
The helicopter carries at least 4 staff members on board when responding to emergencies. In Bozeman, I'm Tucio, NBC Montana.